mea culpa, mea culpa, my people. How can I do this to you? Please forgive me. Now to get everybody centered so that you can see me. Everybody see me in full? I pray so. We're continuing with our series on who's on your corner, right? I've been saying that you're a champion and you're going somewhere in life. And as we know, there is no self-made man or woman. There's nowhere you're going to go where you want to go on your own. You need some people. But like any champion, they need to be very deliberate about who they have on their championship team, right? Who is she? And what is Maika Baguni? And I'm coming to you from Modesta.Africa. I've also got a coaching academy called Purpose and Excellence Academy. And for those who are on YouTube, you're viewing this from Purpose and Excellence Academy YouTube channel, which is where I put all my nice, juicy, saucy content, all my videos on how you can get ahead. I have been called to purpose-driven leaders that drive market results with excellence. So whether you're looking to develop in your career, your business, you want to position your personal brand to increase your income, your influence, and your impact, I'm your girl. And this week, it's all about you, as it always is, looking at who is on your championship team. Yesterday, we had an amazing, intro launch to this, what do I call it? A series talking about the definitions of hero, role model, mentor, a sponsor, and coach. So if you haven't seen that, go to Purpose and Excellence YouTube channel and look for that video. And it's called Who's in Your Corner. Today, we need to talk about whether, you're going to find a mentor, teach you how to keep one, but definitely how to fire one if they're not working for you. That is allowed. So if this mentor is not working for you, they got to go, because I'm starting already. Many a times, of course, we want to get mentors that have greater experience, that have greater even prominence, right? They're known. Everybody knows them, who they are and what they can do for you. And so many times we go to our mentors, kowtowing, like, I'm so grateful that somebody like you. Of course, humility is important. Of course, it's important to be reverential and to really be respectful and to understand that for anybody to give you time of day, they don't owe you anything. So if anybody is giving you the time of day, to really respect their time. But this is your life. And what I've often said, and my mentees, if any of them gets on this live, they'll tell you, this is what I've been telling my people for decades. I cannot want your success more than you. Right? There is no way as your mentor, I am going to do more work than you for your success. I already have my hands full. I have my entire life, husband, kids, whatever, aspirations God has put in me. I am not going to carry another human being. I digress. I got to digress on this point. I was talking to my brother yesterday, chatting with my brother yesterday, and we were talking about something, and he said, you know what? We were talking about somebody, a father, and I was just talking about how, how much I wanted to do for him and everything. And, I want him, to have experience greater this, greater that. And he says, look, that's not on you. That wasn't on you to do that for him. So don't carry that. I said, look, I don't even carry my own cares. Why would I carry somebody else's? And he started laughing. I'm like, I give Jesus my cares. I'm not going to carry somebody else's. I am definitely not going to carry yours as my mentee. So let's understand this mentorship relationship, understanding that this is your life, your success, your career, your business, your ministry, your purpose that you want to fulfill, your vision that you want, that you want to reach. Therefore, your mentor has to be a person you choose and you guide initially on what it is that you seek to get out of the mentorship relationship, right? I mentioned a book yesterday, and for the life of me, I don't know why I forgot what it's called. It's called Mentor Leadership by Tony Dungy. I hope I'm saying his name right, D-U-N-G-Y. Is it Tony Dungy? Is it Dungy? He is just one of those prominent NFL coaches that are known globally for how well he mentors players. He's been a coach, but he's also has a heart of a mentor, a heart of a father, a heart of a person who takes it onto themselves to really make sure somebody succeeds. And so in our definitions yesterday, we're saying that a mentor is a person that is experienced and trusted. They're an experienced and trusted advisor. They're a person who has gone the way and can show you the way to get there. They don't have to come from the same field as you. It doesn't have to be the same profession, but it definitely has to be a person that understands your context so that they can speak to it. So they don't have to come from your organization or from your industry. They don't even have to come from, your background. But they definitely are people who are experienced, people who can be trusted, people who are invested. And this is when we're talking about firing mentors today. This is when we need to address this. Yes, you're going to approach a person that is more experienced than you, a person that you can trust, a person that has gone the way. But if this person is not available to you, they're no good to you as a mentor. Don't hang on to them just because, being associated with them will give you the right profile, like so and so is your mentor. It's not worth it. So let's talk about what mentorship is, and what you can write down as expectations of the mentor. But hey, even if this is all about you, it doesn't mean you're sitting there strutting your stuff. You need to step up for the mentorship relationship to work. Now, recapping from yesterday, guys, notebook and pen and paper, tablet, something. Please take notes when class is in session. A mentor is not only a person you've admired and you would love to emulate, you would love to fashion your life after them. That whether it is in career, in business, or maybe their life, how they're keeping everything together, or just how maybe it's their integrity, their character, the way they've succeeded, or maybe it's their resilience and their longevity and how they've been able to sustain what it is they're doing over the decades. You're just looking at this person, you're saying, wow, how does a person even do that? I would like to turn my role model into a mentor. What is the difference between the two? A role model is a person usually afar off that you see, that you admire. You're like, oh, I would like to be like them. So whether you're watching them, their family, watching their career, you're watching their business, or maybe you're watching them go through transformations, transitions, go through hardship and overcome and continue reinventing, evolving, and doing greater things. Like they're never stagnant. Maybe it's sad about them. This is a role model you look up to. You're like, wow. Like, I love how they do that. I'd like to be like, it doesn't mean that you want to be them. It doesn't mean that you totally want to, copy their life, but you're inspired. You're inspired by who they are and how they're doing what they're doing. Then that's right, your role model. Usually we don't really have access to our role models. Now and then you might, but how do you turn a role model into a mentor? It's the next level up in relationship, not just admiring from afar, maybe now and then commenting. Now, this era of social media, you have access to people. You can say, hey, I like you. Hey, I'm learning this from you. Hey, when you did that thing or that time, I took that and I'm incorporating it in my career, in my business, in my life, and I'm seeing things transforming. It goes a step further. Not only should you have the desire to learn from, to fashion your life, emulate, imitate this role model, a mentor also reciprocates. They also desire to walk alongside you, to be a trusted advisor and a guide to help you succeed in your field, in your time, in your way. Which is why I go back to say, I cannot want your success more than you. You are doing something completely new and different from your mentor. Why do I say this? Because simple, God never creates, same old things hashed over. We're not cookie cutter. We're not the same old thing, no matter who looks like who. No matter who talks like you, everybody has something different, a gift, a solution to the generation they're in. There is something you're bringing in your organization, in your industry, in your market that has not been seen before. If I am speaking to leaders out here who've been copying anybody else, you're doing this world a disservice. There is something unique, specific to you, that when you package that and you take it to market, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind can conceive what you're going to come up with. And so your mentor will guide you. It's somebody you trust. It's somebody that you draw close to and they draw close to you. And they say, I want to do this with you. I see great potential in you. I see the way you're doing. I see your hustle. I appreciate it. I can see where you are right now is exactly where I was a little while ago. And I want to show you how you can move from where you are to where you need to get to next. I almost entitled this, like why it's so important to have a mentor, or, your mentor, hacks your success. Because basically, what you must understand, why it is so key to get a mentor, is that you can either go step by step and learn a thing by yourself and make all the mistakes by yourself. You don't consult anybody because you got this and you did the training for it and you've got the certification, and just go it at the speed of your wisdom and your skills. Or somebody can come alongside you and say, I can show you how to leapfrog this thing. I can show you how to go exponential on this thing. You can triple X, you can 10X this thing, and I will show you how. This is why it is so key for every single person to have at least one mentor. Who has the time or the ego to sit there trying to do everything themselves so they can say they're a self-made man or self-made woman? Why? Me? No. Me, first person to ask for help. Shamelessly so. I remember one of my mentors actually said, you know what, Modesta? It's so difficult to believe that you need help in certain areas. It's so difficult to see you struggling the way you position yourself. I'm kind of finding it hard to believe that this is a struggle that you have right now. That's not a good place to be. But I was like, look, ma'am, seriously, I need help with getting from where I am to getting to where I need to go. Could you please stand with me in this area? Things are not all as they seem. And she agreed, and she was able to help me to transition. So why is it important for you to get a mentor? Because other people know. So this is the thing. This is another trick that God has done with us. He doesn't put everything in you, no matter how good you are. He will make you get to a place where you humble yourself and you realize that you need community, that you need other people. So your solution is in other people, and you are a solution to others. We need each other. It doesn't mean you're less. It doesn't mean you're whack. It doesn't mean that you're going to expose yourself and people think less of you. Don't think too much of yourself. Just understand we exist in community because we need each other. And a mentor is a person that is more experienced than you, that can be trusted, that has the character, the competence, and the connections, the interpersonal relations, and the networks to catapult your progress. No one here has the time to do their career and the business step by step by step. I learn, I fall, I get back up, I try. No one has the time to do that. So what you want to do is get next to a person who'll say, I see what you're doing. I see where you're going. This is how you can pivot this thing. This is how you can leverage. This is, let me introduce you to somebody who will help you in this area. I don't believe I don't have one of my lights on, but it looks like you guys are getting good lighting. Can I get up, guys? Let me get up real quick. Turn my lights on. Is that better? Looks a little better. Feels better too. Right? And so they're saying, this is how you can go about it. I know you went to school for it. I know you've been doing it for many years, but there's another way. I hope you guys have grown long enough, lived long enough to know. You don't already know all there is to know. There is always another way. There was always a better way. There is a higher way. And those things may not always be revealed to you. Because here's the thing. I only know what I know. I don't know what I don't know, but my mentor would. Which is why when it comes to vetting, when it comes to interviewing, assessing, evaluating your mentor, you need to look out for these things. So I'd already mentioned character, right? This has to be a person of integrity. This has to be a person who is transparent, who is fair, a person who is honest, a person who is really invested in taking you forward. Now, I've heard of these strange things. I mean, I sadly kind of had it happen as well, but not from a mentor, just from other people I went to for help. I've heard of situations where people go to mentors and then all of a sudden their mentors cap their progress. They cap, they define how high they can aspire, how high they can achieve, how high they can go. That's some very cheap tricks. A mentor has to be open-hearted. A mentor has to have the heart of a parent, right? Has to love. A mentor truly is led by love. They see you, they see what you're about, where you want to go, and they so love, whether they're loving your hustle, they're loving you, but either way, they're ready to open up everything that they know and however they do it for you to get ahead. If you, so, they have to be a person of character. I need to adjust this a little bit. I feel like it was being held by. They have to be, your mentor has to be a person of character. If they're not a person of character, it's a non-starter, because they're not going to help you any, there's a scripture that says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? Whatever fills you will come out of you. So if they don't have the character you need to catapult you to where you need to go, they're not going to manufacture it. If it's not in them, it's not going to come out of them. I mean, we could just repeat that right now. If it's not in them, it's not going to come out of them. So if your mentor doesn't have character, unless you're also unscrupulous and you're not interested in character, in which case, please leave this feed. Because I'm speaking to purpose-driven people. I'm speaking to ethical. I'm speaking to people who truly want to do good the right way. They want to do well. They want to do good, but they really also want to be responsible in the way they do things. They want to be ethical in the way they do things. So if you feel like this person is so successful, but they're unscrupulous, I mean, they really are cutthroat, whatever. They will do anything, step on anyone in any way to get ahead. No, they will not be your mentor, no matter how good they are. No matter how good they are, there is no way to say, I'll go to them and just get their skills in this thing, but I will not be like them. No way. There is no way you're going to spend time with people and you won't start being like them. You won't start thinking like them. You won't start, whatever you most spend time with, whatever you most hear, see, whatever you focus on, you will emulate. You will become like the people you most spend time with. And especially, this is a trusted advisor. You give your ear, right? You give your heart. You're open, you give your mind to learn from them, you'll end up doing things not only that they do, but how and with the motivation, with the motive of the heart that they do. So you're going to check them on character. Number 2, you're going to check them on competence. Listen, me. I don't want you to just be a nice person, an ethical and a moral person. That is the foundation. That's the basic. That doesn't exist. I'm not moving with you. I mean, there are people who probably watch this. Like I walked at some point. Hey, you were going about your stuff. No, I am not about that. I will no. That will not. No. I want to be successful, but not at that price. Not at that cost. No. I want to sleep at peace. That's the foundation, though. You don't have the competence. Where are we going? If my success is up to me, I need to associate myself with people that can catapult me. It's not enough that you're the most famous person in this field. If you're not competent, we are not going anywhere. Your name is most known, XYZ, but I'm going to assess you on certain competencies. I'm going to assess you on certain skills and technical know-how to succeed in this area. If you don't have it, we're not rolling. You cannot mentor me. Because I'm not just looking for a nice big brother, big sister, uncle, auntie, or whatever, godfather, godmother figure. I actually am about something. I'm a purpose-driven person who has specific vision, and I have goals that I want to attain. So when I come to you as my mentor, and usually a mentor is a person who'll speak to many areas of your life. They want to, even if you're there for your career or you're there for a business, they'll also talk to you, about you and your family, about you and your finances, about you and your reputation. They'll touch on different areas of life. Unlike a coach who will just be a coach for the specific area that you've engaged in for, a mentor will usually look at everything in your life. Unless you're a coach like me, who's like looking at your career, your business, your personal development, your personal brand. So, given the fact that they're, it's nice that they will touch on these different areas of your life, but they must be competent at that thing that you need them to mentor you for. They must be and I don't mean they have to have the technical know-how, because remember, they don't have to be from your field, but they should have the context, right? But point is, if I'm looking for a mentor because I think you're successful in business and I would like you to mentor me so I can be successful in my field, in my business, and you don't have business acumen, no, you cannot be my mentor. If I am looking for a mentor and I'm looking at this executive who's had an amazing trajectory in their career, and I would like to fashion my career progression after them, right? But then I get closer and I find out, wait a second, no, this person maybe, just he brow nose, and he kind of just got himself close to people. He knew the right people, and tap tap tap, bada bing, bada boom. He got to where he got, no, or she got to where she got, no. So a mentor should have the character and they should have the competence for you to see them as a trusted advisor to mentor you in the area in which you want to grow. But they should also have connections. And so if a person is like, look, this is what I'll tell you about this market. This is what I'll tell you about all these beep out here. I'm the first one who came in and I'm the last one who go out and ain't nobody doing that. If they can't connect with people, if they feel like they're the hottest thing since sliced bread or whatever that God created, then you need to be mindful of that. Because whilst you may learn a lot from them, it's good to be around people that also are in community. They have a network. They have connections with other people as well, because you want to learn how to do that. I mean, that's the whole point of getting a mentor, right? You want to go outside of yourself to see how other people are doing that, how they're connecting with others, how they're leveraging relationships for opportunities, etc. So character, competence, and connection with other people. First connection being with you. If there is no connection, some people will call this chemistry between you and your mentor, either because you think what they're saying is old-fashioned and not relevant, or because they're all about them, and not really, looking at you and what you need to go to where you need to go, or just somehow, maybe, I don't know, they're interrupting you, you just get bad vibes. You need to go. You need to go, because when you call somebody in as a mentor, you're saying, you're going to be my leader, you're going to be my guide in this area. And you, being an adult, you have a free mind. You choose of your own volition to allow somebody else, to allow yourself to sit under somebody else and learn from them. If you don't even gel, if you don't even get on, don't force this relationship field. They may be the best in their field, but they're not going to be the best for you. And your success depends entirely on you. You are not going to give your success and your progress and how far you go into the hands of any other person, not even your mentor. So if there is no relationship, if you guys don't get along, if you're feeling like, I don't see this really being, this really working, like I don't see this person being able to influence me, because this is the thing. Because you're an adult and you have your free will, right? Because you're already going somewhere. You're not going in with absolutely nothing. You already have done something in your career. You've already done in your business or your ministry or whatever. You're not coming in with a clean, like a clean slate, or, you're not coming in with nothing to say, oh, please help me. First of all, I won't even, mentor somebody that's coming in with nothing. You need to have something for us to work with. So you do have something. For you to choose to put aside what you value, or what to submit what you have up to now seen as the thing to do, for somebody else with greater experience, with greater competence to speak into your life, you need to feel that I can open up to this person to school me, to chastise me, to beat me upside the head, wake me up, shake me a little bit so that I can get ahead. If you don't get along, there's no point. If you're coming in and you're getting these vibes and this person wants you to go far, but not only so far, they want you to get ahead, but only so much. And they want everybody to know that you are their person, you're their little minion, they schooled you, they groomed you. And if it wasn't them, then there wouldn't be a you. Out. It's a non-starter. Done with that topic. Goodbye. So this is something else to look out for in a mentor. A mentor should be available. They're great character, great competence. I mean, they're top of the field in this area. Great connection with people. They absolutely, they have the humility yet the firmness. They have the outgoing yet they're still introspective. they're able to achieve results, they have great connections and great networks, that they're generous to give you access to, but they're not available. If they're not available, well, what's the point of calling them your mentor? If you don't get to speak to your mentor for 2 years, they're not your mentor. If you struggle asking for appointment after appointment after appointment and they can't make time for you, they may be great. It may not be personal. They're not doing it. They're not being malicious. They're not trying to hold back your progress. It's just they're not available. They're very busy people. Then you got to move on, because you need to progress. You have certain goals. Unless you have no goals in life, you just want to float around somebody, which case I think even your mentor will kick you away. You need to keep things moving along. This is your life. If that championship team is not helping you win, you need to get out, because you're the champion. You're the one who's trying to go somewhere. You're the hero in this story. You just need a guide. So if this person, even if they could be a great guide, just everything about their profile is perfect, they don't have time. Well, then if they're not available for you, then they're not your mentor. You got to go. Find somebody who is available, because you need to move things along. You need to keep things moving along. And your mentor is not going to keep looking for you like, hey, it's been a while, so let's talk. No, it's your life. It's your progress. It's your success. You want to grow. So you look for them. Then we'll talk about, when you're looking for your mentor, when you want to, book time with them, how you approach it, what it is that you ask, so that you truly can get the benefit of having them as a mentor. But if they're not available, then I'm sorry, you have to look for somebody else. You can stay in relationship, certainly, for whatever reason that you stay in relationship with, because they're a great person, you're grateful to have had access to them, but you cannot actively call that person a mentor. They're not standing with you. Maybe you can make them a referee, if they would have the time to write a reference for you. I don't know. The other thing is, they need to be intentional about progressing you. So this isn't, a young person, or burgeoning leader, or a person who's starting out in politics, or starting out as a lawyer, or who's transitioned from being in executive leadership. They now want to be an industry influencer that is coming to sit and learn at my feet. Oh, I enjoy it. Please take a seat. No, you're not there to just talk and enjoy each other's company. No. There's a part of that, but that cannot constitute 70-80% of what you're doing with your mentor. You're not sitting there just telling stories and enjoying each other's company, unless they're bringing in a story as an anecdote. They're bringing in a story, to help you, understand something better, to cement it in your mind, for you to hold on. Maybe it's a learning point, but you're not just there to tell stories. You're there for something specific. So they also need to be serious, right? They need to be intentional about, helping you move. So what I ask, because a lot of people are not used to being mentors, is you initially leading the process by being very expressive about what it is that you want to achieve out of the mentorship relationship, which means you need to have thought it through first. You need to think of your purpose, your values, your vision, your mission, your goals. Who are you? Why are you here? Where are you going? How do you want to get there? And what value do you think this mentor will add? It's important that your mentor adds value to you. They need to be value adding. Otherwise, why are they there? But because a lot of people get a little awkward, where do I start? Especially since I'm speaking to leaders, so you're already accomplished. So you're coming to this mentor already, that you already know what to do. I'm going to answer that, Benjamin, in a little bit. Ask me, should I pay for a mentor? So then you need to go be more forward and be more even prescriptive about what it is you're looking for. And then they can take over and say, okay, so how about we do it this way? And you come to an agreement of how your mentoring relationship is going to go, and you take off. So they need to be available, they need to be intentional, and they need to add value. If they're not adding value, which really means that they're able to give you solutions to the challenges you're facing. They're able to give you strategies on how you can approach certain things. They're able to tell you of different ways, or introduce you to people that can help you in a certain area. If they're not adding value to the challenges, the pursuits, the goals that you have today, there's no point of a mentoring relationship. You don't just come along each other to say hi, to just hear of their life stories, which can be great, because they've been a role model, right? They're heroic, they're somewhere up there. So it's nice when we hear their stories, but you want a little bit more. Actually, you want a whole lot more. You want them to add value. And then the other thing is, they should be a person that can give you constructive feedback. They should be a person that says, what you're doing, I'm watching you. That's not the way to go. They should be a person to say, okay, I'm seeing you try to do this, but that's going to land you flat on your feet, on your face. I know maybe you're trying to move this faster, but this approach, this is not going to work for you. What you're doing has spread you too thin. What you're doing right now is not right. The way you are with your people, you need to change this, that, and the other. A person that can give you tough love, a person that can tell you the truth, whether you like to hear it or not, to help you move through. If this person cannot give you tough love, and I don't mean everybody has to be like this. Let me tell you, young man, young woman, because sometimes you have a mentor who's 80 years old and they look at you, even if you're 40, 50, 60, like young man, young woman. I'm talking about a person who, their feedback could be, quietly, with wisdom, anecdotal, however they do it. But point is, there should be a person that gives you feedback. If you get a mentor who's just like, yes, 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 you are so good, you are going places, I see nothing wrong with you. If you get a mentor that themselves cannot establish boundaries, themselves cannot say no, themselves is being pushed around by people, no matter how good they are, you don't want that as an example. So they have to be a person who you can see is willing, has the character, the courage, the fortitude to be able to tell you as it is, to help you. Because that's what you need a mentor for. You don't need a yes man or yes woman. You're not looking for a fan. You're looking for a guide, a person who's gone the way before and can help you. So if they cannot guide you, which means a guide will also say, no, that's not the way. They don't just tell you that, they say, no, that's not the way. They'll say, no, don't stop there right now. They'll say, please stop there right now. They're able to tell you things that could be contrary to what you're currently doing, right? On the flip side, you should also be, now maybe I can go directly to you, how you should be with mentors, because as a mentor of a lot of people, I'm glad you've given me this opportunity to address this relationship from the mentor side. Listen. As a mentee, now this is Modesta, you guys. You guys can say, look, I beg to differ. I see it differently. And I'll just look at your comments and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I would like to mentor people who are serious about their own success. Don't come to me with a blank sheet like, hey, so I admire you. Will you mentor me? Huh? Thank you for admiring me. God bless you. Who are you? Where are you going in your own life? What efforts have you made towards moving yourself forward that I will come in and say, oh, absolutely. Because I am looking at you. I was looking at your profile, or I listened to your interview, or, I've been watching how you've taken your organization from this place to that place. And truly, it would be an honor. I want to tell you this. I find it to be an honor to mentor the people I mentor. I mentor global giants. To me, it is an honor. Now, listen, when I say global giants, it doesn't necessarily mean they're already global right now, but I can perceive a person who's global material. So they come to me, they were already on a trajectory. They're going somewhere, because this is a humility that I've just come to understand. God doesn't create mediocre, average people. God creates amazing human beings. Not everybody steps up to that. Not everybody steps up to their brilliance. Not everybody steps up to their greatness. But you can see some individuals really making strides, really making an effort towards really living out the greatness in them. And I come alongside. If that person's like, hey, can you walk alongside? Do you guys know I do it like with godly fear, not fear that I fear them, but reverentially, like, oh my goodness, Lord, who is this that you have brought to me? I literally have conversations with God over my mentees. A person who is serious, a person who is determined, a person who is intentional about doing life the right way, pursuing, growing their career, succeeding in business the right way, and having impact. You guys know the impact piece finishes me, right? Purpose driven, a person that wants to not only do well in life, but they also want to do good by society. They want to do good by other people. I mentor leaders, leaders that want to pass it on to others. Oh, I get thrilled beyond understanding. You're a person that's already showing promising signs of just excelling and doing great things. And your life is about not only doing well for yourself, but also creating opportunities for others as well. Whew, you get me hooked. I mean, I'm not saying don't use that on me now, but I'm just saying. So you have to be serious when you're looking for mentors. You also have to be a person of character and competence and connection. No. You're not going to come to learn from me about business and then you're an unscrupulous person that you will use business and then you go either do criminal activity or you will go and you will, use bad practices to go underhandedly mistreat people, just whatever, be corrupt and remove the competition. No. You have to be a responsible business person. You have to be an ethical person. So my mentees also need to be people of characters. And I chase people away quickly if they're not. Gosh, I sound so mean. And I just openly tell you guys how I am. But truly, this is how I am. I mean, you find out sooner or later. No, I might as well let you know. A person of character, a person of competence. I don't mentor nice people. It's not enough to be a nice person. You need to already show competence in your area. Now, like I said, I can see global leaders when I meet them. Doesn't mean that you're global already, but I can see the potential. And those are the people God has called me to. It's just the niche, so to speak. That's who I'm called to. God has these people who are going to go global and do amazing things. And he's like, hey, Modesta. And it's a privilege for me. It's not like I have that touch. Yeah, when they come to me, then they're catapulted. God does these things that he does, and they truly become catapulted. But they're people going somewhere in the first place. So you need to also show competence, to have the knowledge, the skills, the attitude, the experience. Maybe not so much the experience, but definitely you need to be technically sound. You need to already be about your business. You need to already be moving in your career, already wanting to move from where you are to the next level in your career. And then when we meet, it's, wow, what would it take? Can you share from your experience? How did you go from here to there? How did you approach it? So you too, as a mentee, need to have character and competence and have interpersonal relations. Because I'll tell you this, given my personality, if you are not teachable, if you're out here, and I remember speaking to somebody and I told him I can't, and sadly, because he was talking to me, we were in like a gazebo type of context. So there were other people around and he's asking me to be his mentor. At the same time, he's telling me all that he knows and arguing with me about certain things. And I said, I can't mentor you. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, you're full. You know everything you need to know. There is nothing I can say to you. Not to say that if I give you advice that you cannot speak back and say, hey, look, I have a different angle from this. I'm thinking this. Okay, thank you for that input. But I was thinking this, because I do that with my mentors too. Like I question and I'm like, I don't think that's working. I'm like, okay, maybe that worked for you, but this is my context. So I see things differently. No, that's welcome. But when you meet a person who's not teachable, they're so full of themselves. They truly just wanted to meet somebody they knew had greater experience, was higher, had gone higher, just to validate them that they're the right person at the right place at the right time doing the right thing. That's all they really want. They're not really seeking a mentor. They just want a person who, so that they can say to other people, this person who is at this level, they agree with the way I do things the way I do. So no, so we're not. If you're already full of yourself, there's not a drop I can add to you. So once you empty yourself, should you want to, I don't mean completely empty, but enough room that maybe somehow somebody else on earth could have something to say into your life and you're open to that, look me up. So interpersonal relations, being a person who's teachable, being a person that, this is another thing, a person that is actually serious about drawing from you. Guys, there are people They're individuals that absolutely, I can physically feel after being with them, they took what they came from. I mean, what they came for. They pull, they challenge me. I have to prepare the mentorship session with them because they get absolutely everything they can out of me as their mentor. This means that as a mentee, you need to be ready to do the work. Whatever it is you came asking for, once you get it, please go do it. Don't look for me another time and you didn't do it. Then what are we doing when we meet up? Please, when I give you feedback, we can have a discussion about the feedback, but should you accept it, please go implement it. If we're hanging out for year in, year out as your mentor and you're not making any progress in life, you're not serious. There's no point. So you're enjoying the discussions, but you don't really mean to grow from our sessions, then let's just not have them. And I know some people, we put mentors on the shelf just to say so and so is my mentor, because it sounds right? So and so is my mentor, do this or that. We've been together for how many years, whatever. Yeah, but if you're not learning, if you're not willing to learn, if you're not willing to grow, I'm not going to mentor you. I'm not going to coach you either. I mean, just I ask people to just end the relationship because I cannot cast pearls to swine. No, I will not. If I am out here giving you my gold, giving you my pearls, please take them, value them, and implement them. It's not going to work for me because remember, in some mentoring relationship, people don't even know your mentors are your mentors. Only you know your mentor unless you announce them, which means it's not like it's going to benefit me when you apply them. But I certainly would like to see, because I am invested in your success, that you would apply them so that they can benefit you. So we need to be serious. We need to take the feedback that we're given. Now, and then please, I spoke about mentors not being available, but I'd ask you to also, of course, you be available for when you have committed that you will be available for the mentorship relationship. We know life happens, but make that an exception, not the rule that you're seldom available for the relationship, for your sessions, or however it is that you want to run the relationship. But I'd also like you to be flexible. So please don't take it to heart if your mentor says, oh, I have to go present at the United Nations. Okay, I'm being funny, but whatever it is that they have to do. It is true. Like, this is something else, just FYI, people are not sitting there daily scheming about how to obstruct your progress, right? So if somebody tells you I'm not available, it's probably true they're not available. If somebody goes quite a while, I had this video, and please go to this video on Purpose and License Academy on YouTube. I have a video on how to get super busy people to support you. This is another thing. Sometimes people really are busy. Sometimes people truly forget. So don't take offense. Let's not be so easily offended. They didn't have the time. They forgot, or they've had to adjust their schedule. I mean, one of the reasons why you love your mentor, right? One of the reasons why you went to your mentor is that they're experienced, is that they've got the networks, is that they've got the seniority to be able to speak into your life, into your career, into your business, into your ministry, whatever it is that you're doing. Well, that means they're very busy, right? That means they are people of value, just as you assess them and found them to be of value. So does the rest of the market. So if they ask you to change things a little bit, be flexible. If they somehow promise something and they didn't come through, as long as it's the exception, it's not the rule, right? Go back and seek them out. One of the things that I did with my mentees, I would ask people to come to work with me, like just be with me all day today at work. Whatever I'm doing, whatever meeting I'm going to, as I go to the meeting, like explain to the client, unless it's sensitive, then I'll ask the mentee to be outside, but, just shadow me and let's talk in between. Some people will just ride with me. Where are you going? Okay, that's on my way to whatever. Let's ride and let's have this conversation. Or however else that we can have the mentoring relationship. Now, how do you find mentors then? Because what I spoke about is really, what kind of mentor to find, and what kind of person you need to be in the mentoring relationship, because it has to be reciprocal. It has to be that you guys are both feeling it, right? There has to be a chemistry. There has to be a mutual benefit to this relationship. Not that your mentor is going to get maybe monetary or even reputational benefits from mentoring you, because like I said, nobody knows your mentor unless you mention to people that this is your mentor. Like the summit Lillian, such a little Madeja, she keeps telling people, she will write in a newspaper, she will do it on interviews, she'll mention to people that I'm her mentor. But that's her decision. I mean, if I comment about her, I'll say, oh, she's amazing and all the rest of that. But I it's not natural that you go out and you start talking about your mentees. So I'm not necessarily going to benefit anything tangible, but it will be the internal satisfaction that I was able to pass it on, that I was able to come alongside somebody else who showed great potential and help them get to where they need to go. So we need to be serious about this relationship. It has to be something we both enjoy. If I am going to have a mentor that I grit my teeth and I absolutely dread speaking to them, I can't continue mentoring them. I mean, I'm already like this. I'm tense. I'm put off. Like I think of them and like I start getting palpitations. No, what's the point? No, this thing has to be something that you both want to do. It's a relationship. Mentorship is a serious relationship. Unlike a sponsor and maybe a coach, they don't necessarily have to have a long-standing relationship, but a mentor will be invested, and a mentor will probably walk with you for many years of your life. They will walk with you through every season or many seasons of implementing your career, your business, your ministry, or just your life. You get married, you have children, you do this, you move, things go up, things go down. Your mentor will move along with you. So it has to be a relationship that's mutual respect, mutual edification, and mutual commitment to really growing the relationship and the goals that brought you together. So prepare the first time when you're looking for a mentor, prepare what it is you're going to say to them. So this is a person you've always looked at, you've always admired, you'd like to fashion your life after them. You like what they've done in their career, in their business, in their ministry, the impact that they have. You've seen them over the years and you think this is something that I would like to emulate, not copy, but emulate. I'd like to learn the principles. I'd like to learn the strategies. I would like to learn the way you have done what you have done. Would you walk alongside me and guide me as I go on my journey? So prepare. If it's the first time you're approaching them, hello, my name is so-and-so. Maybe they know who you are. If you're already a leader in your field, they probably have heard of you. But if not, introduce yourself. Let them know where you've heard of them, in what context, that you seek to have a mentoring relationship, and ask and ask. Be specific with your ask about what it is you seek. Is it that, I mean, it's not enough to say I admire someone, okay? It's not enough to say I admire someone. It's key that you express which area of your career, business, ministry, life that you are finding challenges with, and have seen that they have succeeded, or maybe they had once had challenges but have been able to overcome and get ahead, and you would like to learn about that area. And then you can be specific about how often you'll be there. Understand these are people, usually busy people who are doing things, and maybe, actually most likely, you're not the only one. You're probably not even one of 10 people. You're probably one of tens or hundreds of people that seek them out as mentors. And so really make a compelling case for why you. I see you. You tell them, I see you. You're doing this. I've seen you here. I've been watching. I've been learning from you, by the way. Even before I approached you, I have subscribed to this, or I've been following you, or every time you go to speak at this place, I get a ticket and I go. I've been following you for years. I have this book of yours that you've written, or these principles that you always speak about. I have applied them with these results. So understand, I was very intentional when I chose you specifically to mentor me. I thought it through. I have been learning from you from the side. And I just thought that I can, it would make sense for me, given where I want to go. And now you get into the specificities. What? Specifics. That word. The specifics, right? Let me just say that. Specificity. Of then what specifically you're looking for now, and you see that it is the right time to approach them for a closer relationship. I've been learning from your books. Every time you preach, every time you teach, every time you show up. I mean, I would sign up to an entire conference because I know you're going to be a panelist, not even a keynote speaker. This is how much I have been learning from you. It's a decision I've made. I've even gotten so and so people to learn from you. I came in year blah 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 to do an internship unpaid at this place just so that I can learn under you. I don't know if you remember me from 1982 or whatever it is, so that they can see that this person is invested. Okay, not just invested in them. I mean, don't sound creepy like you've been stalking them, but truly like I've thought it through. There are many people I could speak to, but I chose to speak to you. And then moving it forward to say, and this is who I am. And this is what I am about. This is why I'm here. This is where I'm going. And this is how I want to get there. And not just that. Don't just share your vision and your purpose. Also share not just your goals, what you have done. You could sound very nice. And we do want to see this as mentors, that I have a plan for my life. It's good to have a plan. It's very good to speak to people who have plans. But if you don't have a plan, please don't get put off. I can help you get a plan, right? So I have a plan. Great. Also share what you have done. And this is what I've done. So I started this and I got it to this. I fell off track a little bit on this and then I go back to this. And I've been doing this, but I sense, and this is where their value add comes in, because a mentor needs to hear that. Not only do I have a life plan, not only do I have a vision, not only do I have goals, I have actually been implementing. So I've done this, and I've taken it this far. I did this, it didn't work out, but this is what I've learned from it. And I've done this, and right now I'm at a point where I want to take it to the next level, or maybe right now I'm at a point where I just don't trust myself to continue with this thing anymore. What am I not doing right? Because I have made the effort. Mentors want to see that you have invested yourself for your own success. Don't tell me about your dreams and you have done nothing about them. And just because you know I'm in this area and can benefit you, you show up and you're like, so can you mentor me? No. Like, what have you done towards your own dream? Have you invested yourself towards your own dream? Why should I invest my time and money and resources? And what have you done? So when you present, right? I've been looking at you. I'm very intentional about you, and I'll tell you exactly why I want you to mentor me. And this is who I am. This is where I'm going. This is how I'd like to get there. And this is what I've done towards that. And at this juncture, I am stuck here in this way. And I would love to speak with you and see if you can support me and mention the areas in which you feel you need help. You don't have to sound like an expert. This thing is about to go off, guys. I'm getting up to get my charger. You don't have to sound like an expert, right? But you just more or less have a general feel of the areas you think you're stuck and you need mentorship on. And then you can say, honestly, this is what I need from you. And you can mention how much time investment they can expect to make towards you. Like, I'm not going to ask too much of your time. If at all possible, if you can make the time, if we can have maybe a 2-hour session once every quarter or once every 6 months. And from that session, I will present to you what it is that I've done, or maybe I'll present it by email beforehand. And you will be able to then, as when we meet, go through what I'd shared with you and give me feedback and help me with strategies, which I will take that feedback and go implement it. And until the next time we're to meet, give you the feedback of how that's gone so that we can keep moving the needle along. So you're letting them know, you definitely want them. They're not just one of many people. You're definitely zeroing in on them, and you're a person who is very intentional about your life and your success, and you can prove what you've done towards it. And when you're asking for them, you're asking for something specific. I'm at this juncture in my career, in my business, in my life. I'm at this juncture with this thing. Right now, we've been a small business growing slowly, but right now I've had these people coming in, they're proposing to invest in it. And I was just wondering if this would be a way to move forward. And so this is what I've done towards this issue itself. Maybe you're going to present your business plan, whatever it is that you're sharing, what you choose to share with them. should they be open to it? And I would like to hear from you, but not just to help me solve this thing. I'd like to learn from you on how to move forward so I can use these principles in any other area I have. And what I propose is that if we can, if I can be sharing with you and then we schedule a call. You don't have to physically meet with people. I mean, right now with COVID, we don't even, but you don't have to physically meet with people. Like sometimes we complicate things. Like, when are you available? Can I come see you? You don't have to see me. What's your issue? Let's talk. Let's talk on the phone. Send me a document, see through. Maybe I can even send it back. Sometimes I voice note people my responses to things. Let's move things along. You have to be a person that is willing. Hey, Lil, I just mentioned you. A person who's willing to just move things along. And then after you've done that, they are very clear why it's them, why it should be you, why they should say yes to you as a mentee. Also very clear about what you're about, future, right? But what you have done thus far, moving towards your future, where you are right now, and why you find it critical for them to come in as a mentor. Where you are right now, what you've done thus far, and where you are right now, why is it critical that you would like them to come in, and exactly how you envision this mentorship relationship to be. And of course, you're proposing, you're doing it humbly, you're doing it understanding that this has to be a relationship that works for both parties. You don't dictate, you're requesting that if it's okay with them. And the less time and the less complication, the less complicated you make it for them to stand with you, the better. I think I'll cover my stuff. And then what do I have here on firing, right? So let's say you've been continuing with this mentorship relationship and it's just not working. Either, they don't have the character or the competence that you kind of hope they would, or they're just not available, or you just feel like, we're not feeling each other. This thing's not going to go well. What do you do? Honestly, you can request, right? And you do this subtly, you do this with wisdom. You can request to tighten the mentorship relationship. So go back to those goals, go back to those specific asks, go back to exactly what it is that you'd ask them to do. Give them another chance to step up as a mentor, to deliver what you're asking for. If they still don't, or they seem to have a disdain, they're not really interested, then you can ask, you can say, thank you so very much for your time. I, really appreciate it. And I'll definitely keep in touch, but then remove them from your active mentor list, right? Look for somebody else. You can change that relationship. You don't have to announce it. I wanted to be a mentor. You just didn't work for me. And therefore, no. You can just graciously thank them because they still are who they are. They've still gotten to where they've gotten. They still invested time with you, even if it was 2 minutes ever. It still happened. So you graciously end that relationship and you pivot and look for somebody else that would speak to you. Now, this Instagram that wants to leave. Instagram, why did you only have an hour? Modesta needs to speak faster. What? I mean, I've got 20 something seconds right now. Somebody asked, how's the ocean? How's the church? Okay, fine. Somebody. What's your opinion on selecting a mentor compared to the level of business you're at the moment? Example, I'm a startup. Can someone like Mo Doji mentor me? You'll have to ask Mo Doji. What else? So Instagram, you're going. Please go to Purposeful Excellence Academy on YouTube to see the rest of this feed, because I'm about to do the Q&A right now, but I'm not going back on Instagram. Another one, I'll just save this and I'll put it on as a video. Bye. Mwah. And there goes Instagram. Right. I had some questions out here on Facebook. Did I saved it and I can share it to my IGTV? Oh, don't you love technology? Guys, like, what did we do before this? If you're not using it, if you're not using technology, pray tell, what are you doing? Let me just write mentorship so that this thing can go. Boom. Done. All right. Let me get some comments here. Lillian, whom I just mentioned, because Lillian so graciously mentions me whenever she goes, I mean, not whenever, but often when she's presenting, both nationally and internationally, I'm like, man, this woman knows how to get to me. And she knows how to pull from me. She's a great point, Mons. I think at times mentees don't have a plan and they expect mentors to run the show while this relationship is based on the mentee putting in the work. Absolutely. The mentee needs to put in the work. It is your success. I kind of want your success more than you. Lily, I say this often. But also, until the mentor understands what it is you seek, or get to a point where they are guiding you. Because listen, just because a person is guiding you on on the relationship doesn't mean that you cannot guide, the modality of how you engage with each other. So that's for you to do. But also, only you know where you are right now and what it is you need. And even if initially what you write out is the thing that you need, could be an angle where the mentor thinks, okay, no, maybe you're going 2 steps ahead, come back to something else. Or it could be something that they think you're approaching it from a different angle. How about, maybe you're on one end of the stream, come to this end. Of course, you would be willing to listen to that, but at least you came with something. All right, let's see what else I have here. So what did Giselle ask? One second, Giselle. Hi, Medessa. What's the difference between a mentor and a coach? Hi, Giselle. Were you there yesterday? You probably were not. So yesterday, we did a whole video on definitions. Hero, role model, mentor, sponsor, and coach. Go to Purpose and Excellence Academy on YouTube. Get that video. I go into great detail of what distinguishes the different roles and the value add of the different roles in your life. So this video is called Who's in Your Corner? Go to that and watch it and you will love it. But to put it plainly, a mentor is a person that is experienced, that can be a trusted advisor, that has gone the route in their field, and you see them as a role model, as a person you would like to emulate, and is invested in investing in you to make sure you succeed in yours. They don't have to be an expert in your field. They don't even have to come from your industry, but they must understand your context to be able to speak towards it, right? A coach is a person who could also be a mentor to other people, maybe to you, if you're not looking for them as a coach, but is a very, offers very specific skills-based input. And so you want to reach a specific goal, they will come in and help you, whether it is give you the strategies or the disciplines, the principles, but they will go through a technical process with you to help you reach your personal or professional goals. So they come down to the specific area. So they have to be a professional in the field in which they're supporting you. But more on that from the video. Thank you. Giselle says I'm a powerhouse. She's making me feel nice. Thank you, Giselle. Thank you, Giselle. Should I pay for a mentor? Actually, you can. Now, I'm not charging my mentees yet. Shoot. Thank you for that, Benjamin. Been doing this for 20 years. I could have bagged some. No, listen, you can. There's some people who are absolutely amazing and it costs a lot to access them. And they will, and of course, because then a mentorship relationship has to be reciprocal, right? They will vet you as much as you vet them. You have to be very clear about why it is that you want them, and what it is that they can do for you. And they will then also look at who you are, where you are going, what you've done so far, what results you've gotten, and as to whether or not somebody like you would be somebody they would also like to invest their time with. So absolutely, you can. If a mentor asks you and you completely believe this is the right person, prepare to invest in that mentorship, especially when you know whether it is already written down exactly what it is you can get from the relationship. Maybe it's a structured program, or you already know exactly what it is you want and you're sure that you'll get this from this person. I mean, they're not only known as a great achiever in their field, but they've also been known to be great mentors, because that's the other thing, right? Not only do they need to be these superstars, they should also have a track record of mentoring others and helping them succeed as well. So I would invest. Like this lady that I have in mind, I actually at this point have another one. Actually, let's skip to this one. If she asked me to pay, I would pay to access her. Yes, ma'am. Is it possible to have a mentor whom you can't meet with? You can't meet with, meaning you cannot physically meet with, or what do you mean? I mean, you can learn from a lot of people remotely, right? That they don't even know you exist unless they can see you liked or you commented on their thing. You can learn from people remotely. You can learn from people's books. You can learn from people's videos. You can learn from people's engaging in other places. You can learn from people watching their YouTube videos every time they go to be in a conference or whatever context. So you can learn that way. But if you already are in a relationship, yeah, you can meet remotely if that's what you mean. Absolutely. I mean, I could have a mentor in India, and I'm not going to be flying out to India to meet them each time. So yeah, absolutely. Make it work. Make it work. It's your success. I want to bring this back. This thing of kowtowing, oh, reverential sir, madam, oh, God knows, oh, wow, thank you for coming. I mean, there's another mentor, this man. Like, I declared him my mentor to God. I said, God, he's my mentor, and I'm going to take over his mantle. Like, I spoke it to God, and I'm speaking it into being. In Jesus' name, it will be so. Now, you need to understand, you're not bowing down. You're not lesser than your mentor just because they're more experienced, just because they're greater, bigger, their name is known everywhere. You're not any lesser than them. They too were at your journey, at your level at some point, right? They're just a person that's gone ahead and can say, hey, I know the way, come, let me help you along. But it is your life, and it is your success, and it is your career, it is your business, it is your ministry, it is your purpose, it is your vision. These are your goals for you and your spouse and your family and your community and your nation. It is yours. So you make this mentorship relationship work however the two of you can agree. If all they can do is give you a Zoom call, take that Zoom call. If all that can come of this relationship is, email exchanges, get those email exchanges. Do what you need to. You get on the driver's seat of this, but if you have locked in on this person and you're absolutely sure this is a person you'd like to mentor you, then you go in however you can get access to them. Get access and make the most of it. It's your life and your success. Person of character, yes, ma'am. We need each other. Yes, we do. I'm looking at your comments and I'm responding to them. Boom. Guys, thank you so very much. I think we're done with the Q&A. I truly need to make more time in the Q&A. So we'll keep this less than an hour, maybe 45 minutes, so we can have 15 minutes of this Q&A. Thank you so very much. Somebody wrote something about long distance towards the end. What did it say? Long distance relationship? Absolutely. Long distance relationship with your mentor. Why not? You can do a long distance relationship. I mean, some people do all kinds of relationships long distance. Why not with your mentor? Whatever you need to succeed. Don't let these little things get in the way. Do not ever make excuses for why things didn't happen because so and so. There's nobody who owes you, not your coach, not even a person you're paying, that you need to take that relationship, even a person that you're paying, to make sure they deliver. It's you and your success. It's your life. So Excella, Bertha, Benjamin, Victor, John, Harriet, Gasum, Eben, John, Lil, I'm calling you Lil, Natalie, Hudson, God Living, guys, thank you, Gertrude, Giovanni, Mioma, Philip, Bo, hi Bo, Matthew, my brother, Alan, Joel, hey brother, Ali, Ninky Winky, I think I'm changing your name every day, Giselle, Suleiman, Glory, guys, thank you, Emmanuel, I'm so grateful, Rashid, hey, Rashid, I saw your suggestion about starting a TV channel. You best believe I am, my brother. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for rooting for me. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for trusting me to stand with you. Angel, my sister. Lil, another Lil. Okay, fine. Dada Lily. Thank you. MC Lawrence, Benjamin. Wow. Evans. Wow. Eliza. Guys. Chavala, Alec, Winnie. Guys, I am so grateful. I am so grateful that you would spend your hour with me. Whoever is also on YouTube, thank you so much. I know you haven't commented, but thank you so much for your time. Tomorrow, we're talking about sponsors. Oh, I'm going to post a video about that first. And then we'll get to meet same time, 8 p.m. East African time, to talk about how to leverage your relationship and positioning so that your sponsor can pound tables and can put in a good word for you so that you can get access to rooms where your name and your profile is being discussed, but you are not physically there to explain or defend yourself. If you have enjoyed this series and this video, especially today talking about mentorship, please share this in your networks. For those on YouTube, get that link, share it as far and wide as you can. If you're watching this from Facebook and Instagram, you can take this and just tag somebody, put it on your timeline, share it on somebody else's timeline. Okay, fine, don't spam people, but please do share this so that we can grow together. Much love from me for today. See you tomorrow. Bye. Goodbye. Ending stream now.